All right, we're live again. So, this one is going to be about what is in my box. This is exciting. So, I'm going to wait for some more people to come in because I literally text bombed a bunch of people to force them to watch. Um, my mother said, "Okay, mom, you there? I gotta send you a link. I'll send mom a link because you can need mom here." Uh, Share, mom. Something. M-O-M. Learn how to spell, guy. Oh, I got reverb. I got to turn my phone down. So who else is here? Hey, why don't everybody identify themselves so I know who my two stalkers are? Like, I mean, I like not knowing who's breathing behind me and such, but uh, Aaron, that's why you're my mod, bro. Number one, all time most loyalist minty sir. Oh, you're the mintiest. Aaron is the mintiest, most loyal sub ever. Ooh, I got 106 subscribers now. That's cool. Let's see if my mom joins. That'd be cool. My, I told my brother too. I don't know if MK is in here. If MK is in here. That's awesome. I'm sure there's still all kinds of people. We got the. I prefer dear leader, not father. I love the name, but I can't love the name all the same. Somebody just said that they best time. Somebody said I'm at work. I said best time to watch. You get paid to. That's what I'm saying, right? Oh yeah. So we're gonna go over my box. I mean, it's a big box. It's got a lot of things put in it. It's, I don't know how else to put it. We're gonna go over my box. What is this box I keep talking about? It is my emergency box. Let me rotate y'all, make y'all nauseous in the process. Fuck yeah, we're gonna get nauseous here. That is my box. It's a glorious box. No, I don't have Cox here. I have Spectrum. Um, but it would be a Cox box if I lived north of here. Yes, we're gonna. Oh, cable's not long enough. We gotta like move things and stuff. Oh, I should plan ahead. That takes planning. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. They're just dropping all kinds of shit. At least we didn't drop the Alron videos. All right, so I don't know what that means. I don't know anything honestly. It's probably not so much rolling frames. It's probably just me being a dipshit. Tape measure. All right, so let's get into it. It's gonna get hot. It's gonna get heavy. We're diving deep into my box. I gotta get unclothed for this. Okay. This is my box. The box has switches on it. Look, glorious switches. It has a voltmeter. It has outputs. So, what is in the box is a bunch of batteries. Oh, you got your ambiguous. I don't know. still learning the English language. But this is where I keep all my essential batteries and shit if I gotta get like out of somewhere quick, like, you know? I got a multitude of different headlamps. I do wear a headlamp after dark. I'm not wearing one right now for the video's sake. I have different adapters. Cigarette lighter thingy. I have a cigarette lighter hole thing you do on the front. I keep some AA's. Some of your, well, these are for my scopes. These are the name. 1632s. Use those in your various different scopes and optics and things like that, as well as other devices. I keep my instruction manuals for my various different radios and scanners and tuners. I got the Yangum Bofang charger, AC charger. I've tried to get away from the small batteries and go to big batteries that allow like USB charging. I got wires, lots of wires and cables. But the meat and potatoes of this are the Wi-Fi Pro batteries, the 12 volt, 7 amp hour batteries. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these set up in parallel. So, yeah, 5 of those, and then I got other rechargeable batteries, AA's, AAA's, notepads. Gotta have notepads. If you're gonna be playing with radios and need to write stuff down, you gotta have notepads. Lights. Gotta have different lights. You want ones you can stick in your mouth, ones you can stick in your head. 18650 batteries. I got a lot of that. A whole lot of that. Because I rip apart. So if your drill ever goes bad, like the battery pack, usually it's just 1 or 2 cells that goes bad, but the rest of the batteries are good. You can take it apart and just cut them off with a little grinder. And you got, you know, good batteries. Ink pens, Sharpies, pencils. Sometimes you want to erase stuff. You got other batteries. What are these? These are those little tiny duplicators. That's what these things for. Or L730Fs, I guess. I can't see that good. And then I got, what are these batteries? AG13s. These are all for like optics for guns and stuff. Or BIOS and that for memories and things. 9 volts. Ooh, a lot of 9 volts. I need to get some rechargeable 9 volts. But essentially, everything in here is so I can grab and go with my radios. So this one here is your Yaesu FT2900 UHF VHF radio. Great radio. One thing you want to do with that radio and this radio, the GT90 or G90, I think it is. G90. I write down all my different bandwidths on it because I can't remember all that stuff. I ain't a super ham because I fell out of ham school. No, I wasn't ham. I let my license expire because they're just a bunch of fat assholes that pissed me off. Am I allowed to say that? They pissed me off. Like, they don't like new people, and they treat people with questions like they're stupid. So, anyway, so like all this stuff here is so I can bug out somewhere and take my radios with me and have communication. There's also antennas that go with this. I have antennas of various different lengths and different types. I have dipoles. I got so many different dipoles from different lengths for different frequencies and that. They're all outside this freaking rating. So we're not going to get into antennas today. But, I'll be honest, the LiFo batteries, the lithium iron phosphate, whatever batteries, they're expensive. You can get these batteries that they're used for like lighting, like emergency lighting and that. They're just a regular lead acid battery. You can get them for pretty cheap. And I think this thing, 12 amp hours, 20 hours, whatever. I got a couple of them because they're cheap. They're cheap. They're heavy, but they're cheap. Because I guarantee these 2 batteries weigh more than all 5 of these batteries and this box. So like this is my like communications bug out kit minus the antennas and the cables. I got different connectors, USB to USB-C, USB to whatever the F that thing is called. Or focus, fuck that thing. But yeah, I got all the different connectors. And I like to keep them all bundled up and ready to go in here. And once a month, I make it a point to throw this on the charger just to make sure she's topped off and ready to go. Because you know, the big igloo is always right around the corner. Like I said, I keep the manual for my everything. My antenna tuner, my scanner. Scanners are great. But honestly, the best thing to have is a shortwave radio. A good shortwave radio you cannot beat. It's relatively cheap compared to these. The G90s are cheap. And if you do what's called a Mars mod on these things, you can talk on CB frequencies and get way more distance. Way more distances. Do not, disclaimer, do not do what I'm telling you in this video because I'm a retard. And if you follow what I'm telling you, you might get in trouble with the laws. Just saying. You cannot legally transmit from this radio on CB frequencies. Or any frequency for that matter if you do not have the proper licensing. And this guy didn't have no proper licensing no more because he quit carrying because those same radio people were kind of assholes. So if you want to learn more, there's this fella called Not a Rubicon. That guy will tell you so much about these little Baofengs that everybody talks shit about. Yeah, the quality sucks, but you can buy 20 of these things for the price of a Motorola that does the same damn thing. Sure, you might have a 50% failure rate in these, but you're still up a lot. Baofengs, can't go wrong. Yeah, so that's what's in my box. Like, you know, it's not a bug out bag or anything like that. This is not something you're going to go carrying into the damn woods. This is something you throw in the back of your car and turn into like a mobile station if you got to get somewhere. Or in an emergency, you can set up a home base station or what have you. But I think I built this thing. Like I said, those LiFo batteries, they're expensive. That was the most expensive thing, I think, other than the G90 radio, which is a freaking phenomenal HF radio. Like, phenomenal. Like, it amazes me what that cheap radio can do compared to the ICOMs and things like that. Because I've had ICOM, a Kenwood. I've got a bunch of grants over the years. I think MK can tell you. They're all in his crutch. Another important thing, a compass. So if you want to do like satellite communication, you need to know where the satellites are. And you need to point your antenna towards said satellites. Or if you're lost in the woods. That's another thing I don't have here, but I do have is maps. Knowing how to use a dang gum map is pretty freaking important. But you can always, there's ways around it. Like if you're like really in a screwed situation and you're lost in the woods and you got a radio or whatever, if you're just lost in the dang gum woods, you can figure out direction. If you look at the trees, the moss is always going to be on the north side of the tree because it gets less sunlight. Fucking science, you know? Mushrooms and that, north side, whatever. Nature, or just looking at the effing sun, it's going to go in an arc. It'll always be towards the south. So, depending on where you are in the world, you know, unless you're in the southern hemisphere, in which case then don't listen to me because I'm 180 degrees opposite. So just go opposite if you're below the equator. If you're on the equator, well, you know, you're kind of fucked. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that's what's in my box. And I keep doubles and triples, if not quadruples, of everything. That way, you know, if something does happen, and say you got to send a fella up the road to whatever place to set up a post for security or whatever, You can take one of these radios, and then you can also use the Baofangs as repeaters. So, like, VHF only works line of sight. So, what you can do is use a repeater system and have a bunch of Baofangs lined up along the way on top of trees or whatever with a little battery box and a little solar panel thing, you know. And y'all can keep communications going from over the horizon. By horizon, it might just be a pile of dirt. It's just a lot of sight, you know. Okay, let me go see what chat's doing. It's probably getting all crazy in there. People are probably doing Nazi things, naked clowns running around, midgets and such.